Hey, good morning. I was just talking to my son this morning about certain things, my 12-year-old son. It's kind of interesting how I don't um, withhold certain information from my young kids as if they're adults, um, whether or not they understand, because I believe in having that type of raw honesty with my children, that they can understand things as they grow, and it will begin to make sense later. Because I think it's important, instead of hiding a bunch of things from your kids, to protect them, to reveal things, because they're going to figure it out anyways. But maybe it's better to come from me explaining different things and different concepts and ideas. I don't know. But I spoke to him today about, and I don't know what people's opinions are of me. I know that shouldn't matter, but I can literally feel that there's a lot of assumptions made about me by people around me, even if they don't speak it, and they even entertain that thought for just a few seconds and then let it go. But I really do feel that there's a lot of assumptions made about me, and probably don't really understand all that it is that I go through or whatever. And I do so much stuff that I am exhausted. I have been working really hard for the last well over 8 years on literally everything. And I've made some mistakes and bumps along the way, and have done some bad choices. But the point is that, everything I do is usually not for myself. Like literally trying to get out of the hotel I was living in, to provide something better for my kids. The job that I work is for my family. And, I don't do a whole lot of things for myself, or even really stuff I enjoy anymore. And that's what I was talking to him about, that I really love art, because he was telling me about his art at school. I really love art and all these things, but I barely do anything that I enjoy anymore, and it feels horrible. It makes me very sad, because all the simple pleasures out of life, or almost dying, is what it feels like. It feels like I don't have too many things that I really enjoy anymore, or get to enjoy doing. I love to sing, I love to do art, I love to, I'm learning new things. I'm learning how to be a homemaker, how to can, and different things. And the gardening I enjoy, but I think that I spend the majority of my time doing things I really don't enjoy, and working so hard at everything, and I mean everything, where it's providing for my family, keeping up with the house, keeping things clean, making my kids do chores to the best of my ability, trying to be a lesson giver about everything, trying to keep up with just going to church and keeping connected with the body of Christ and stuff like that. And so, if people have high expectations of me, I please ask you to don't, because I don't think I can meet up to everything. And I really shouldn't be trying to do everything. I can't possibly do everything. And, I pray that people would make very clear what their expectations are of me, so I'm not confused. And I go through this a lot. It is exhausting. I feel more sad and painful emotions than I do of anything else. And I do have happy emotions, but that's really hard to live with. And so yeah, like I need to go out and exercise more when I can to lift my spirits and get out in nature more. And other things is that's really tiring me out. That's a different type of tired that I explained to my son, that it's the routine. It's the routine of my work. My work has a routine. And it's a very exhausting routine. And I try to meet up to every expectation at my work, and it's like, that's an uphill battle. And then I come home and I have the home routine, and it's, and I veg out way too much, and that doesn't help. And then I feel guilty about that. I have all kinds of little tiny secret problems that I deal with alone. I bring it to God in prayer, but nobody knows, like really knows in my church family, the little battles that I go through and the negative thoughts and the struggles I really walk alone in. Nobody helps me with those things. I don't divulge a lot of information, but when do I have the time? So I just don't know the best way or solution for that, but I know to go to God in prayer, and I try to do it as much as possible, because my spirit, my soul is in pain, and I try to cry out, and sometimes I don't get enough alone time with the Lord, which I need, sometimes because I'm physically tired and just vegging out, but I really feel like I need a lot of alone time with God, because of all the little issues that is inside my heart. And and you know what, I do want to walk boldly for the Lord. I'm doing the best that I can at the moment. I would like to get older and grow over time, because this world needs it. And honestly, my spirit is like this. I reject the evil. I refuse to go against the Lord, and I abhor evil. I do not want to compromise. I want to cling to the Lord and not compromise and abhor evil, because I can see that when you speak any truth whatsoever in this world, that there are a lot of people that absolutely hate that, and they hate you for it, and they will take it out on you either with harsh words or violent actions. And that's the world we're moving into, and people are getting absolutely insane out there. But it doesn't really matter. I am not about ready to compromise my faith and my belief and my trust in God just because another human being doesn't like it. Like, there's a lot of things I don't like. That doesn't mean people bow and bend for me. So I'm certainly not going to do that for a generation of people that hate God, that hate the message of the gospel because they cannot comprehend it. They love the darkness rather than the light. But yeah, hopefully this video isn't too long on my phone to send it to social media, because sometimes that happens on phones that can't record long videos. Another thing is, I have a lot of things, I think, when I am praying in my car that come out of me that I think needs to be shared, but I can't remember after the moment. So I really need to keep my recorder on me so I can record it, and it's just audio files maybe I can put on my YouTube, and because I think it's inspired by the Lord, and I just want to share it, and I gotta catch it in the moment, not try to remember what I said in a later time on a video, because there's some urgencies that come through my heart, my spirit, that I feel that needs to be shared with the body of Christ. It needs to be shared with people. And I think that's when I'm most bold anyways, is kind of like when you sing in the mirror and you nobody's watching, you sing your very best. I think that's what it is. And so I might have a background picture maybe with just the recording. I have a little recorder because I think that may benefit the body, and that's all I'm hoping, is that it benefits the body, that it benefits other people that hear it, and helps them in some kind of way. Oh, have a good morning, you guys.